Hey, it's Brett here, and I'm going to do a lesson on Machine Gun by Slowdive. So one thing I'm thinking about doing with my channel is sometimes when I used to get bored with guitar, I would just learn an entire album. If you look through my playlist, you'll see I have some full albums. So that was partly how sometimes to keep myself entertained. The cool thing is when you go through a whole album is like learning songs you normally wouldn't. But one album that I was really enjoying learning songs from was Slowdive, Souvlaki, and I did a couple tracks, so I'm just going to go through the whole album, I think. Machine Gun's a cool song. I have a cover I'll post. I'll show how I did it. But first I'll show how I play it like standard way. I'll put a little chord chart on the screen. The key is A major. I'll just play along. It's pretty simple. And I'm going to play on acoustic. If you have electric, adding some flanger and some effects like that and reverb make it sound more like the real album, but I don't really feel like plugging my electric in, so. And also, sometimes it kind of distracts, I find. So let me play along. First, I always get requests for how to do the strum pattern. So the key is A major. Sorry about that. We're going to do, you got to know bar chords for this song. I'll show some other ways. This is how I would play it. The first chord is A major, 5th fret. If you know a power chord, do a power chord, and then middle finger, and then bar up to the top. So A major, 5, 7, 7, 6, 5, 5, and the strum pattern is going to be down, 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 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So I'll play a little bit and pay attention to the strum pattern. I always forget to do it, so I'm trying to do it at the beginning. Down, 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 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 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 down, 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 up. And if you need to practice, hold your strings like this, and just do this while the song's going. Don't worry about the chord switch. Alright, so now to the chords. The chords are real simple. You just saw me do it. It's in the key of A major. It's the 1 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord, 4 chord. Which in the key of A major is A major, E major, F sharp minor, and D major. And it's a nice chord progression. I like to play in the key of A major. In this case, using this 5th fret shape instead down here, but I'll show some other ways to do it. So A chord is the 1 chord. You're going to go 1, 2, twice, so 2 times. Down to E. Sometimes if I'm using bar chords, if I know I'm going to be staying on the 6th string, I will just play it like this, because then it's easier to go to here. So I do the E like this, 0, 2, 2, 1, 0, 0. Same thing 2 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down, 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 down. 2nd fret, F sharp minor. This chord is painful. One thing I like about electric is it doesn't hurt your fingers as much. I tend to use thin gauge strings, and I put my finger up further. So I've noticed right here on my finger on this particular chord, when I used to teach a lot, will go numb. If I didn't adjust it, if it was right here all day, something about this string would jab into it. So you'll notice I kind of move it up. It also tends to get rid of rattle, and I put this middle finger on top of it. So this is F sharp minor, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the last chord is D. You could play it on the 10th fret. Be easiest. It sounds good. 10, 12, 12, 11, 10, 10. I wouldn't strum up that high though, because the chords in the song are like lower, and then there's stuff going on top. The way I've been playing it typically is right here, just this 5th fret bar chord. 5, 7, 7, 7, and you can bar up to 5. Make sure when you do any 5th fret bar chords, you mute the bottom string, because this would sound bad. So just let the tip of your finger run into it. This is that hard bar chord shape for most people, but it's what you want to do, in case you don't know, is kind of roll your finger. Imagine you're twisting onto the side. So kind of pivoting a little bit, it makes it easier to get the down, 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 down. That's D, so. Of the verse, you just hang out on D for 2 extra times. So twice, then you stay. And then the chorus, you go to the 6th chord of A, which is F sharp minor. Again, I'm going to move it up so I don't hurt my finger. And then stay here 4 times. Go to A. Sharp minor. Then there's a weird thing that happens on the. So I didn't really need to go over those chords because you already saw them. It's just a different order. Except F sharp minor, you stay there 4 times, and then my fingers are already getting sore. And then at the end of the verse, what you want to do is go from F sharp minor to G. And that chord is not in the key. And try and figure out the song by ear. Like when stuff's not in the key, it trips me up, and but yeah, it's kind of weird, and it makes sense once you play it. So you say F sharp minor, and then you just do a G. And G is not in the key of A major. It would be the flat. It would be the flat 7 of the key, because in the key of A major, the 7 of A major is G sharp, so the note G is not even in a major scale. So 7 of it is here, the flat 7 is here, and then you would say it's a major chord. So that's why in the chord chart I put like 7, the flat sign 7, and it's capital for major. And I was reading about it because I've seen that before. You see it in blues a lot, but in this case it sounds just more like modular. And someone was saying you could think of it as coming from the minor key, so like of A minor. It would be like the 7 chord of the key of A minor. I don't really know. It just sounds kind of cool. They probably just played it. They weren't thinking about it. So I'll play through the verse. It goes like. I can't get to that. And it goes. So this key, the song's a little bit too high for me to personally sing. I'll show you in the next video how I deal with that. But the melody, if you try to sing the part over G, is a. Because sometimes when there's something out of the key, I'm not that good of a singer. What I'll do is use my guitar and figure out how to play it, and then I'll sing it. Da, 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 da. Up to A, B, 0, C sharp, A, F sharp. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. And I'll usually hum and whistle and stuff while I'm learning songs. I find it's really helpful just to feel the chord changes more. So that's it. I'm gonna make another video where I show like how I would adapt this, like more next steps, because this is just like the basics of it, and then I'll post like this cover that I made a while ago, kind of explain my thinking around it.